Welcome, everybody, to a brand new school year. This is an art studio tour, and I will be your tour guide, Mrs. Mozingo. Now, what I would love to show you, just a few of the systems, some of the things that are new in our classroom. Let's go. Now, the first thing, really the theme of the year, is that you might not know something yet, right? Maybe something about drawing, maybe something about using clay, maybe a life lesson you might not know yet. We'll learn definitely about the magic of yet. You might even hear adults you live with or adults in the school using the same word because it's a way to help us learn how to grow and change over time. Now, here's something that's a little bit new in our room. At each of the tables, we have got spinny little supply caddies. Thank you, Miss Gabby. And those will have supplies that you will need for that particular class time. Some of the staples, things like pencils, glue, scissors. Now, here's the cool part too. They will also have the picture of the table artist. Remember how we have table artists? Newbies, my little kindies, you will learn that straight up above you, look, there's a sign. That sign has an artist's picture of their work and then a picture of what they actually look like, because I think that's important, and with their name. So you'll get used to some of those names this year. All right, here we go. And you know it, you love it. Baby Yoda Light of Goodness. Baby Yoda Nightlight that I received a couple years ago from a student. That is on the ceiling. We're still going to go for the Baby Light of Goodness Award. Maybe tell the adults you live with about that if they don't know. And how we go, "Ah." Okay, about that. Now, something that hasn't changed that I want to expand a little bit is this area. This is our small little gallery wall. And this is for students that maybe make work outside of class. They want to display it a little bit. This is really, it's a rotating gallery for all of us. So small frames, medium frames, bigger frames. Here's another thing. So the caddies, they're kind of a little bit compact. They're smaller. They're in the middle of the table. And then just like we've had in previous years, you will get assigned a number to sit at. Now, that will be on a screen front of the room. So as soon as I greet you outside, you'll come on in, look at the board, look for your number, and go right to your spot. Now, okay, so here we go. We've got the sink area right here. You can see where the paper towels are. Usually there is a garbage can right there. So washy in the sink. Take one paper towel, wipey, boom, you put it right in the garbage can. Now, usually on the back counter, what we have there are all the supplies that you need that might be above and beyond the pencil, the scissors, the glue, the things that are typically in the caddy are going to be on the back counter. So like larger pieces of paper, or maybe if we start to use clay or the clay bins with all the tools, those will all be on the back counter for you. Just always be ready and listening to hear the directions for what the next steps are. Now, the broom station. Cleanup. My kiddos are pretty darn good at cleanup for the most part. Here's what I notice. Kids love to help, right? Am I right? Yeah, exactly. I think I'm pretty spot on. So these little hand brooms, kids will get a chance to use those if it's needed for that class time, or the bigger one too. You might have to work with a teammate to make sure everything is cleaned up off the floor. Most likely collage, cut paper collage. We'll use these. Now, this is an area where I'm going to have different inspirational messages. You know it, you love it. It's two of my favorite little sculptures. They like to dress up, right? And my lone plant. I'm going to be bringing in some other plants. We'll bring in some greenery. It'll be great. Now, the sink area. Let's go back to that for a second. We've got two different sinks. You move the handles out to turn them on. Out to turn them on. What? Can you say it? Out to, out to. Good. And then you pull them in to turn off the water. Now, we've got two containers of soap. Can you see this? Just give yourself one little squirt, rub a dub dub, wash in the hands, and you rinse them off, and then go get your paper towels. Rags in the middle are for wiping down tables. You typically get a little bit wet, squeeze it out in the sink, and then rub a dub dub, you're washing the table. Now, do you need to put soap on the rag. Mm-mm, nope. Here's why. We just need to clean it off, have it be somewhat dry, because the kids that come in next, they want a dry table. I'll give you a hot tip. They want a dry table. So if it's too wet, not good. So, hand washing station. Here we go. Mr. Cranky. Mr. Cranky's in a different spot this year. He's kind of guarding the Miss Gabby lair back there. So, where she preps all of our supplies for all 930 kids that are going through our doors. Now, Mr. Cranky, remember, he's a slab roller, so he rolls slabs or pancakes full of clay that we use for a lot of our projects. Thank you, Minnetonka Foundation grant. We bought that about 2 years ago now. It's been a lifesaver. Now, next thing, Reggie. Now, we have a tendency to maybe name things in the room because they have spirits. They've got a soul. They serve us well. So this is Reggie the drying rack. Now, Reggie, he's got two different shape eyes. We had an eye incident, might I call it, where he lost an eye. So he had an eye transplant, feeling really good. He's up and at 'em, but that opens and closes. We put our work in, we close it down for another level if need be. I will always give you directions on how things work in the room. But Reggie is where we put wet work with paint, maybe printmaking, things like that. Okay, this is going to be the spot where we're going to hand in artwork. Now, in the past, you can see that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 K, and then even below that is RSK, Ready Start Kindergarten. But if you're day one, fifth grade, boom, you'll put it in the upper left. Day two, fifth grade, boom, you'll put that in the appropriate spot. I'll make sure that I give a kid a job to say, this is the spot. There might even be a little clip like there was last year as well. But that's a way we're going to make portfolios in the beginning, and we're going to quickly hand out artwork and make sure it gets into your portfolios a little bit sooner than the very end of the year. But this is typically dry work that's two-dimensional. So drawings will typically go in this area. Things that are wet with paint or glue will go on the drying rack. Okay, but notice that can you see Reggie? He's peeking into our picture here. All right, next one, Bob Ross collection. Now, Bob Ross, you guys have been so generous. You have given me shirts, mints, puzzles, figurines, all kind. I even have a Bob Ross emergency positivity drink right there as well. So, and action figures. We've got a lot of Bob Ross things to give us all of the good energy as we move through the school year. Here's the color wheel area. So remember, um, you got to know your colors. You need to know how colors interact when we're making artwork. So this is really the place. This is the hub for us to learn about color and color interaction. So the primaries, the secondaries, adding white to make it light, tints, shades, things like that. So this is our color wheel area. Next, remember the open sign. If I am open for learning, that will be turned. Oftentimes also, I'll use the open sign at the start of class. I'll take 3 questions or comments. And then after that's done, boom, I go to the close sign and we move forward and we start our lesson for the day. Next one, snail mail. Love you, snail mail. This is where kids put drawings. If you want to write me a little note, if you have a suggestion, you want to tell me something, a burning thing that you didn't get to say in class, you are always welcome to write me a little note and just pop it right in there. Okay, I will get it. But please, the point of the mailbox is to not interrupt class, right? Because we want to be respectful of kids' learning time in class. Mwah. Thank you in advance. All right, table artists this year. I'm super excited. We have a new batch of table artists. One of the first ones is Takashi Murakami from Japan. He's super inspired by bright, vivid colors, playful, cartoonish images. The Minneapolis Institute of Art has the one that you see in the picture. It's called Panda, and it's on a Louis Vuitton case. He actually did a collaboration with Louis Vuitton as well. Takashi Murakami. Mwah. Okay, next one, Jonathan Thunder. Jonathan Thunder is an Ojibwe artist, originally from Duluth, and he's really interesting. He's amazing. We're going to learn a little bit more about him this year, but he does not only paintings but videos. You might have seen his moving digital mural at the Minneapolis St. Paul Airport. It's pretty incredible. Hilma af Klint. Now, Hilma af Klint became famous in the early 1900s, and her work honestly predates a lot of the abstractionist artists, ones that we're typically used to hearing about, like Kandinsky, Matisse, stuff like that, from Sweden, Hilma af Klint. Okay, she's actually, there's a great Amazon show on her if you're interested in learning a little bit more. Few more. Edmonia Lewis. Love Edmonia Lewis. She is part Cherokee, American Indian, and then she is also African American. She learned some of her trades here in the US, and then she went to go study in Europe. And a lot of her sculptures played on myths or historical myths. And kind of bringing history to life. But they're marble sculptures that she does. Edmonia Lewis. We'll learn more about her this year. Rocio Navarro from Mexico, but now lives in France, and she does portraits. I put her by the Mona Lisa because a lot of hers, frankly, they remind me of modern Mona Lisas. Okay, Romero Brito. First graders and fourth graders last year learned about Brito and his beautiful work, and um, really bright, vivid, colorful. And again, not all good artists are dead. There are a lot of great living ones. So I decided with this, actually, most of them are living, that we have going forward. Last one, Louise Bourgeois. Now, Louise Bourgeois, very, very interesting. She did a lot of sculpture, she did painting, drawing, but she's most well known for these large scale sculptures, especially of spiders. Now, if you're scared of spiders, it's okay. They're not real. They're huge, but they're not real. So, and I got a chance to see some of her work in San Francisco, an exhibition a couple years ago. Really incredible work, Louise Bourgeois. Now, the table signs, remember, are hanging right above each of the tables. So you've got numbers that correspond. So when you come in, I greet you in the hallway, you'll come on in, look at the board, you'll see the table name, and you'll see the number with your name. Now, will I change these throughout the year? Yes. Do I sometimes just tweak a few spots? Yes. If you don't move, guess what? Thumbs up to you. That just means you're a good anchor for that table, so no worries. But table artists, just know I'll call you those names of the artists up above. Sharp and dull pencils kind of speaks for itself. You'll first go for the bin that's at your table, but if that's not working, you'll put your dull pencil in the dull pencil bin, grab a sharp pencil. Okay? Work smarter, not harder. About that. That's the entrance door, so I'll greet you at that door. As you come in, there's my TV to the left. That's the one where you'll see your name and what table you sit at. And of course, Bob. Bob will be looking after us all class period. My reading chair and the stuffy hotel. Remember, sometimes at the end of class with some of the groups, depending on the age group, I read a story as a literacy connection. And then sometimes we hold stuffies because sometimes we need just like a little bit of a, comfy time. It brings us a little bit of comfort. So those will be there as well. I'll call that the stuffy hotel. And then this is my area right here. There's my desk. And then on the right hand side, you'll see kind of my demo table with my little camera right back there. So that's my area to work. I just want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you to the kids. Thank you to the adults out there. Appreciate your support. And by all means, if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Feel free to subscribe. I kind of went up in numbers over the summer, but this is the main way that I will show kids about different techniques, about different artists, and different processes during the year. Thanks so much. See you soon.